Hello, my name is Irene, and I'm here to talk to you about contentment. It's a kind of an important topic in these times when most of us are not content with the way the world is, etc. But that having been said, this is about working on our inner environment, not the environment around us, or the way that the world is turning. My inner contentment, my inner environment is of utmost importance to me. I never realized that in earlier days when I was used to sort of being a little bit aggravated at things, or things that bother me, or this or that. And even after I was meditating, I still felt like, well, I wanted to comment on what's going on in my day. And once I started realizing this was a signal that I was not content, then I knew I had to change. But I have something that helps me out every day. We exchange blessings with each other in Brahma Kumaris. And years ago I got a blessing. It's very beautiful. I hope you can see it. Is it visible? Not visible. Okay, well you'll see it when I put it back down on the table. It says, you protect your contentment with positive thoughts. And of course, in order to use it as an affirmation, as something you can use every day, you have to say, I protect my contentment with positive thoughts. And so I brought that as a show and tell, because the positive power in that one statement, I use it as my motto many days a week. I really recommend it, but I have to give you more background on that. So I want to tell you that that peace, I've always thought of it as peace, but when I call it contentment, it gives me a different flavor. And sometimes we need to move around the words we use to talk to ourselves positively. So you get a different flavor, a different vibration in one word over another. And since a lot of what makes for a good meditation is to talk to myself, to use a different vibration when I speak to myself, to encourage myself, to bring myself along, and to protect my mood or my ability to handle things. So first I want to tell you that I am working on my graduate degree in contentment. It's for about the last 5 years or so, I've realized that this is an area I really need to do research on. And so I've been doing research, and I'm going to share some of that with you. Why contentment? I mean, why not happiness? Why not peace? Why contentment? Well, contentment contains within it the word content, and also that another way of saying that is to say that I have a large jar of contentment right here. It's contained within this jar. It's just to give an image that if I only have a little bit of contentment in this glass jar, it would be obvious that maybe I'm having not such a good day. But I want to have better days. I want to have the best days. So my research is telling me that if I use a visual image that shows me that when my amount of contentment changes, that I automatically sit up straighter, I smile more, little things don't bother me, and that's what I think we all could use in these times. We cannot possibly be content with the virus that's going around, but within myself, can I maintain a level of stillness, stability, resilience, so that, yeah, it's happening, but I have to maintain my environment of peace and contentment. Because as we now know, scientists have found that when they do a body scan, that if I hold a thought of contentment, my body will change. My breathing changes, my uptake of oxygen, my brain wakes up. I'm ready for what has to happen next in my scene, in my situation, whatever it is. So contentment is like a baseline. It's almost like a biological thing. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. How can you tell when a cat is content? Have you had any experience with cats that are in a good mood, of course? And how can you tell when they're content? they purr. They purr loudly, they open their eyes and look at you quickly, and then they go back to purring and doing whatever they're doing in their inner environment. But so that's one example. We also could use the example of birds. When birds are outside and they're busy going around doing whatever that birds do, they make a wonderful kind of a chirping, cheeping sound. And those two sounds, if you're familiar with them, you could try to get a flavor from that of what it's like when you are not letting anything bother you, when you are okay with whatever it is. Yeah, it's raining outside, and I expected to go for a walk today, but can I be okay with that? Can I be okay with the fact that I can't find my favorite sock, so I have to wear a different pair of socks? Because these are tiny things that erode our contentment. It's like a leak in the jar, and the contentment starts to drip out. And before you know it, something that usually doesn't bother you is bothering you. And this may seem like a small thing. It's affecting your body. It's affecting your mind. The soul is unhappy. Excuse me. And then we are not as effective. We are not as able to handle whatever it is that comes along. We're not as able to be kind to myself and be kind to others, which is why contentment is so important. It's not very elusive if we use examples of how I can build my contentment. I'm going to share with you a line from our morning lesson, our morning spiritual lesson, which said that on the basis of the power of contentment, I can change a situation of discontentment into a situation of contentment. Now, discontentment, I didn't even know it was a word, but anyway, what it means is when the people around you are grumbling, or the computer isn't working right, or this or that. You all have your own statements of that, I'm sure. But by using the power of contentment, I can stabilize myself at a level that gives support to what I really want to feel. I don't want to be aggravated by this little thing. It will get fixed. It's going to be all right. But if I start having contentment thoughts instead of discontentment thoughts, then it's going to erode my ability to handle that situation. Whether it be the computer's not working right, or I didn't get what I wanted to make my day go well. We have to manage that. And so, again, I protect my contentment with positive thoughts. Even if the positive thought I can think of is, it looks like the birds are having a pretty good day. I'm listening to them. That's my positive thought, because right now I'm not chirping and cheeping with happiness. So, for me, I need to have sometimes a signal from outside of myself on what contentment might sound like or look like. And so I use scenes from nature for that. But also I hold the thought. I have had this little sign which has the slogan on it, I protect my contentment with positive thoughts. I must have had it for 10 years now. It's on the dresser in my bedroom. I see it every day. Sometimes I don't see it because I'm not feeling content enough to notice it. But really, we have to protect our inner environment. We have to be kind to ourselves. And such a thought supports your natural nature of goodness and positivity. So I'd like to try a meditation with you. See how we do. Because as I was saying, I'm working on a graduate degree in contentment, and therefore I have to involve you in this experiment, which is called a meditation. My contentment is my most precious resource to use in my daily life. the positive power of this one statement that I protect my contentment with positive thoughts. It gives me a feeling of control over my life, my inner life better, because I'm saying I'm protecting it. So let's all stop for a moment and get the feeling of what it's like to feel that your innermost true self has protection, is protected, is safe. Your innermost true self, your valuable self, valuable to the world, that resource of contentment is. So just take a moment for that visualization. Say to yourself, I protect my contentment with positive thoughts. Yes. This helps me keep my inner environment and my natural happiness from leaking away. I can keep it with me as my resource. My true self has lots of contentment. It helps me in every situation in my life. I invite you to think of a situation, a daily situation, something that you could use some of your power of contentment with. So take a moment for that. Don't make it too big. We're practicing. We're experimenting. In this situation, you notice that there's grumbling or griping or feelings in you of this is not going like I want it to go. And yet once you realize that there's nothing I can do about that right now except change my thought from this isn't working out, I don't like it, to it's okay. It's going to work out if I just keep my eye on my highest, truest self. It's like a light inside me that always shows me the positives. So again, using that light, I shine it right into that situation of daily aggravation or discontent. Shine it brightly. It is my true and natural power. It is your true and natural power. You'll see that the inner atmosphere becomes easier, not ruffled. It's smooth. And without even a moment's upset, I find that I have thought of the solution, or I've come up with something that's going to help me in this. It's because I didn't let the thoughts run all over the place. I kept them in the zone of contentment, the steadiness, the resilience, the stability of my natural nature of goodness. Makes all the difference. But it does take practice. And so I want to offer you congratulations for going along in the experiment, and please try it when you need to, and knowing that full well that it will take time, but that you are an image of contentment. Om Shanti. See you next time.